Damla.
Hi, Emiram.
How are you today?
I'm okay, thank you. How about you?
Good. So we'll be starting in next 1 minute, uh,
Okay,
and I'll introduce you, and then I'll hand over the stage to you to start your presentation and share your screen.
okay.
So welcome back, everyone, on this exciting webinar on RPA today. We've seen how RPA works in insurance with Bajaj Alliance in the morning. We've seen how RPA can be used with Gen AI, with an expert on fintech from the SP Jain College of Management. Now we have an expert speaker all the way from Turkey, who's Damla Orucu, who's graduated from Yildiz Technical University, Department of Mathematical Engineering. She continued her career journey, which started at Garanti BBVA Technology Company as soon as she graduated. And as a manager since 2018, in her leadership adventure, she has led many different subjects and teams with belief and focus on providing the customers with the optimum solution, and with latest technologies at her disposal, have worked on a wide range of projects such as documentation, OCR, workflow management, queue management, and operations center applications. Especially since 2019, Tamla has been always focused on working on automating the operational load as much as possible and ensuring efficiency from a perspective that includes RPA. Currently, posted as the manager of operational efficiency solutions, the team at Garanti BBVA Technology, she manages and continues to work on projects as three separate teams dealing with operations center applications, hyper automation solutions, and dedicated RPA solutions. Her RPA team is positioned as the RPA COE team at Garanti BBVA Technology. So please in welcoming Damla, an expert on RPA, and please give her a warm welcome here as well as on LinkedIn by connecting with her and asking any questions that you may have live with us today or through LinkedIn. A very warm welcome to you, Damla. Over to you to start the presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Emiran. Good morning, everyone. I'm pleasure to have the opportunity to speak to you today. As we navigate the ever-evolving landscape of the digital transformation, RPA stands out as a transformative force, I think. Um, the way organization approach automation and efficiency. In today's fast-paced world, organizations are always looking for innovative solution to make easy and automated operation and enhance productivity and deliver unparalleled customer experience. I think RPA offers a unique opportunity to achieve these goals by automating repetitive tasks and freeing up valuable time for employees to focus on high value activities and so driving business growth. At the Garanti BBVA, we recognize the potential of RPA to drive digital transformation and empower organizations to improve in digital age. Throughout this webinar, we will deep dive into the key points of RPA, exploring its applications and benefits and our practice for implementation and governance. I also prepared a presentation. I will share it. I need 1 minute. Yeah. Yeah. Let me begin by briefly introducing Garanti BBVA. Garanti Bank was established in Turkey in 1946. Today, it stands as the second largest private bank in Turkey, with a consolidated asset size of nearly $76 billion. and we continue to grow up with our 20 million employees and providing the most optimal solution to our 25 million customers. In the field of the operational efficiency solutions, our history goes back a long way, in fact. Since 1998, we have been actively working on operational efficiency projects. The experience we have gained during this time are invaluable, I think. Uh, we started check imagining and character recognition studies in 1998. In 2000, we continue our efforts by scanning all customer documents in the bank branches and transferring processes to the center using BPM, Business Process Machine Engine. In 2016, we made significant strides in automation with natural language process with NLP. In 2017, we continue with machine learning models. As the 2019, we are focusing on maximizing automation in our banking process with a focus on RPA. When we started in RPA in 2019, we had many repetitive rule-based process and we automated with RPA. In 2021, we felt the need to take a deeper look at our processes, and we started using the process mining product. Thus, by uh, X-raying our processes both before and after automation, we were able to more clearly visualize the contribution and benefit we provide with the RPA. If you look at what RPA technology brings to Garanti BBVA, efficiency and productivity comes first, of course. When we look at today, we gain 150 FT workforce thanks to our ongoing process automated with RPA. Beside the efficiency, I can say that we achieved significant time and cost saving in processes developed with RPA. For example, we use RPA a lot in a situation where we need to adapt quickly to the regulation in Turkey regulation, or in jobs where the software development cost will be high, very high. We keep the development cost to minimum and achieve the cost saving with the RPA. And the third one is the addition to efficiency. We also ensure customer and employee satisfaction in many our processes through automation. I want to give an example about that. In the finance, you should open overnight term account in the banking after the end of working hours. Our employees must to make overtime to this operation. By taking over this job to robots, we eliminated the need for people to work overtime and created serious employee satisfaction. This was one of the first processes we automated to introduce RPA within the organization, especially in the early years of RPA. When robots took the overtime working from the employees, it became the easier to make people loves robots and overcome their fears about the robots came and take our job. It was an example process we used a lot in RPA branding studies in my company. And lastly, RPA has also helped us in a problem and risk management. I can say that we use a lot in our IT for IT processes. I will also share help desk, help desk examples as cases at the end of my presentation. When we look at the RPA world fundamentally, we use that the automation opportunities are quite intense in three basic areas you see. In fact, as Garanti BBVA, these were the areas we focused on the first place. However, I can also add the operations center to these three in general. As an initiative, we focused automation opportunities in the operational center because, as you can imagine, there is a lot of repetitive and rule-based operational work in the operational center. I can say that most of our process are still from our operational center, Garanti BBVA operational center. Um, in RPA projects, especially in large companies, how you manage and govern the process is a critical success factor, I think. Looking at the governance under the main topics, three main topics. The first is your management model. At this stage, you should create a transparent and effective communication model with all stakeholders. You should clearly define the criteria set for process which okay for RPA automation and ensure clarity with stakeholders. For example, we made an application for that. The application calculates an RPA compliance score. The algorithm, this application that calculates the score and takes all the data from the requester and produce an estimated benefit score, suitability score, or development cost. Thus, prioritization is clarified and transparent all stakeholders. The other critical point is while developing your processes, you should design secure and sustainable frameworks and determine your methodology, I think. This actually ensures that you are in the very stable environment if you manage a large digital workforce. The second important point is your team structure. You should position talents with functional and technical talents in your team. Maybe business talents, maybe IT talents. I will talk about our team model in the more detail in the upcoming slides. And finally, you should determine a sustainable approach. We always prefer the progress with agile agility and measurable, traceable models. One of the key points of adaptation RPA within the whole organization, I think increasing awareness internally. The critical point is to make digitalization and digital workforce an integral part of to your entire organization. We create this awareness internally and keep this focus active with different actions we have taken. Especially at the beginning of the RPA initiatives, there are lots of concern that classical robot will take our jobs. Therefore, it's important to bring the benefits and capabilities of RPA to the same level through the organization. For example, in the beginning of the RPA initiatives, we have made lots of RPA introduction events, both IT side or business side. And this action is provide us to equalize the level of knowledge within the whole organization about RPA. And then we have done lots of process workshop by department to capture automation opportunities. And we have done some hackathon events for deep dive specific business unit opportunities. Customer visits are also necessary rituals for us to capture benefits, I think. At the end, in addition, we set up COPs. The COPs where business and IT teams are involved and they share their experience. And finally, we regularly share current developments in the RPA world in Garanti BBVA or current RPA information or news within the organization through the newsletters. In previous slide, I mentioned that I will talk about our team structure at Garanti BBVA. You can see our current team structure on the slide. When we started RPA in 2019, we preferred to start with a more central team. We include IT and business members from the different business areas in our central team. It's provide us to increase our RPA maturity rapidly by learning from each other in the central team. When our maturity was maximum level, then we turned our model into slightly more federated structure. Our Center of Excellence team is still positioned at the center. On the department basis, we have RPA champions. RPA champions are on the IT side also, and they implement their automation in their own business areas with RPA. And at the top level, you can see citizen developer. In this layer, direct business user develop their own automation. Does we have team structure that is widespread throughout the organization, autonomous and produce efficient outputs, I can say. In fact, as you can see, while started our RPA journey centrally, we decided to move to more distributed model according to our internal dynamics. This way, we can more easily manage different priorities or in different business areas. On the other hand, we can respond to requests faster. I can say that the critical point here is that you manage this business with a model in line with the needs and dynamics of your companies and take agile actions when it's necessary. Effective process management is also an important part of governance, I think. We approach process management in four basic topics. Firstly, the discovery phase is the most important step to capture automation opportunities. I consider one-to-one business unit communication and field visits as rituals that increase success factor. In addition, we support this stage with smart tools that analyze process such as process mining. As I mentioned, process mining, as I mentioned in the first slides. The second step is planning. At this stage, we manage our automation backlogs and priorities most effectively with automation management panels we developed in-house. In the build phase, we support solution offered only with RPA with cognitive solutions if it is necessary. During the build phase, we develop our process with Center of Excellence team, RPA champions connected with Center of Excellence team. In the environments where we develop, we still develop with standard models and libraries. Thus, we can manage our digital workforce and RPA developers on a more stable basis. At the end, in the maturity phase, establishing traceable structure is critical. We monitor and measure all our automations and the benefit we provide with the dashboards developer on BI tools. Speaking of our dashboards, I want to open a separate slide for that. You can see our dashboards which develop in-house with BI tools. As I mentioned, we have some frameworks and standards while developing RPA. Logging is the most important standard when we develop because all of our dashboards and monitoring screen created with the logging mechanism in our developed RPA process. All our reports are occurred from the logs of running process. So I can say that our robots tell their own stories. Up this point, I have discussed our experience and action in RPA transformation in our own experience. Based on all this experience, I can summarize 7 main topics as success criteria for RPA. Firstly, acceleration with correct governance and strategies, as I mentioned in previous slide. And secondly, being able to visualize the benefit transparently is critical to structure the development life cycle in certain standards and framework also. Managing backlog and priorities effectively when evaluating automation opportunities is another critical point. On the right, the topic I opened has human in the loop is about enabling collaboration between robots and humans in automations. We achieved this we achieved the human in the loop topic in-house application. In this in-house application, humans can assign tasks to robots or work with robots via this panel. Uh, RPA products also have add-on applications that provide such as capabilities. Uh, about that, when you involve the people, you significantly expand your automation opportunity pool, I think. Another point is to effectively manage your robot resource, daily schedules, and your digital workforce. And finally, you should always keep security and risk factors at the forefront of your structure. At Garanti BBVA, by keeping all these success factors in mind, we have made significant contribution in our RPA projects. As I can say today, we have 150 processes that work automatically with RPA. We provide classical efficiency in 75% of this process. We achieved customer satisfaction in 24% of these processes. Employee satisfaction 32%, and giant time to market advantage in 24% of them. As you can see, while RPA primarily ensure efficiency, it also create significant differences within the organization with various additional benefits. When we look at what the next step is in the RPA world, in the sector, automation of processes that are slightly more complex than rule-based processes has begun to consider. To do this, it is necessary to combine and orchestrate RPA with AI technologies, cognitive solutions, or etc. We started to see a lot of NLP and AI supported RPA solutions, for example. Today, I prepared three separate use cases to share with you. In the first of this is process which robots work together with humans. The other two are use cases where RPA is used together with the different technologies that the industry is leading. Firstly, I will talk about an example case of robots working interactively with humans. In this case, mm, customer reach the customer call center and submit a collection request. The agent enters the information received from the customer into the robot panel, and jobs are written into the jobs panel based on the information entered into the panel. And the collection is made by robots, and the customer informed. As you can see, while the agent focuses entirely on the customer satisfaction, the actual time-consuming and routine part of the job is automatically performed by robots. With this automation, we achieve workforce gain into the call center, and I would like to mention that there is also decrease in customer waiting times. In this example, I want to talk about where we use RPA together with NLP technologies. Uh, in this case, a customer submit a card renewal request in the written form on the document. In this request, the customer visits the detail free format. With NLP, we extract the data from the document, and with RPA, we process the card renewal operation. This is the another automation example we develop within the discipline hyperautomation. I want to give end of example. The combination of chatbot. The combination of chatbot and RPA is a practice we see a lot in the industry. We provide this automation for banking help desk. This is our the IT for IT solution. All our employees first submit their problems, this chatbot, and standard directions are provided by the chatbot, or if an action needs to be taken, is performed by robots in the background, and this response returned via the chatbot. I can say that we made a significant contribution to employee satisfaction here. And actually, that's all I have to say. We have been implementing RPA projects since 2019. Today, we are discussing how we can advance our hyperautomation solutions. Tomorrow, we may be discussing completely different technologies and solutions together. Technology is advancing very quickly, and if you do this job with passion and appreciate, you really can't imagine the contribution you will make. I can finish my words by saying that we always wish to do our job with passion and love. Thank you listening to me. Thank you for listening to me, and thank you, Amirhan. I can give you word to you, I think.
Thank you so much, Damla, for that insight and presentation on how the Garanti BBVA company is incorporating RPA and automation. There was a question on your approach by using agility as a model. So, can you elaborate on agility approach or the model that you use for sustainability of process automation?
Yeah, we use agility approach about that. Uh, as I mentioned in the first slides, we start our RPA initiatives with a central team. The team is a fusion, like a fusion team. The Gartner mentioned last year's about the fusion team is the include the different part of business or IT members. Um we start that, and then we need to more federate, because our business area is very big and we must to reply quickly. So we can set up different agile teams, but every teams are connect with the center of excellence team, and center of excellence team responsible for the our products and developing our dashboards or other RPA families tools, and developing some RPA processes. And the other teams are only focus their own business areas automation. So, but and they use standards and frameworks. Uh, we can use the sustainability and agility our RPA management model.
For answering that question. I think that elaborates and gives us a clear understanding of how you're using it, and it also shows the expertise that you and your team has to tackle such an issue. Now, there was another question with Gen AI integrating unstructured frameworks with the structured RPA processes nowadays. What's the latest problem on RPA that your center of practice team is working on at the moment?
Structure framework is the we use lots of process, yeah, but end of last year, we see the unstructured framework, both document and processes. And nowadays, IDP, Intelligent Document Processes technologies, comes, and we use lots of processes, intelligent document process, unstructured document. We take the unstructured document and we use the IDP solutions and extract and detect data, and we use the data with the RPA and made transaction. It's our hyperautomation discipline. We manage hyperautomation such as platform, and we set up a configuration and a framework for that also. If you think that the hyperautomation discipline, you can handle the more unstructured process and unstructured document, you can automate it, because hyperautomation discipline let you do orchestrated different technologies if what you need, I think.
Thank you for answering that. I think that is it relates to something that I keep hearing, that any automation or any hyper automation that you want to do, you need multiple. You can start small, where you have a dedicated type of automation tool which is readily available. That, and you can start with a small process, and then as you grow in that, you can create automation scripts. You can add more robust RPA tools, and if required, you can also create dedicated systems and applications which can help organizations achieve a more customized approach to their specific processes. Now, the question that I wanted to ask you: how do you evaluate what to use when within your organization?
We have the decision tree about that. And the decision tree include the specific questions, because as I mentioned my slides, clarity is the most important thing, I think, especially big organizations. So we can use a decision tree, and we have question about, for example, is there any decision on your process, or is there a document in your process, or if you have a document, is a structure or, or handwritten document. We use all of the questions, and I talk about the panel in-house developed. This panel take the all answers to requester, and our panel say that this process or request needs to IDP solutions or NLP solutions, or it's only RPA solutions. It's rule-based or repetitive, and we use solutions with the hyperautomation discipline and orchestrated and automated the processes.
Thank you for letting us know about the decision tree. Now, this is something I think most of the companies use, and they have a set process whenever it comes to implementing any new technology, taking over any new solution. So there is, of course, the top or the final decision comes from the budget side. Now, there's, of course, this is where this is what I've been hearing, and I've spoken to some of the CFOs who say we have to give a tangible value which doesn't come from the IT department. If, say, we have to take a new software, unless they see they are given the dollar value for that software, they fail to accept it and just move ahead with it. So right? So this is one of the biggest challenges, the management buy-in or financial buy-in, and to show the ROI. So how do you tackle this challenge internally?
Budget is the most important thing, I think, and development effort. Maybe I add this because if you need to use AI solutions and technologies,
Mhm,
development effort the increase. Uh, because we try to firstly
mhm,
find the rule-based process because we need to clear and done all of the rule-based process with RPA rapidly. And then we focus the another technologies we need. So this is the more difficult for developing and take a
mhm.
time, but you increase your benefits with all of the efforts.
Absolutely. One of the research says that on average, employees save about 3.6 hours per week using automation. And this is the average globally. Some countries are higher, some are lower. So that is one of the research, which is a Slack State of Work report research. Very important use case when you're saving 3.6 hours per week. That is a tangible amount of dollar value that companies can see, where including automation in their manual repetitive tasks and
Yeah,
on and operational processes. Thank you
yeah.
so much for your time, Ramla. I think
Thank
you've given us a good perspective and good insights about how you are helping your organization to grow and take that next big leap in automation and improve your overall customer experience, your customer journey, and also internal processes. Thank you so much for sharing that with us and our global audience. I would like to take this opportunity to thank our audience to listen us live here, and also who will be seeing this recording in the next 1 year. If you have any questions, please approach Damla. She's very friendly, and I'm sure when you heard her presentation, it felt like it started off like a very known voice that we hear, like a radio presenter. So it was nice to hear, and a soothing voice that is explaining all the information. Though the content was quite heavy, but it was easy to understand. Thank you so much, Damla, for your presentation today.
thank you. Thank you.
So, to our global audience, please stay with us. We will join again with a presentation on statistics, a lot of numbers, and a lot of insights on what the RPA looks like on various fronts and industries. And also, we will give you an idea. This presentation is done internally, and this will help you choose the right process and simply guide you on how to automate. So, please join us again in the next 5 minutes for the next presentation. And thank you so much, Damla, again. I look forward to welcoming everybody again for the next webinar.
See you. Thank you, everybody.